To be sure whether Trump can respond to voters' most pressing economic issues isn't certain, especially in the House of Representatives. Flips to Democrats. Let me see. Did it flip? No, right now. Still, we got 211. I'm looking at right now, 211. Democrats is at 199. Republicans are at 211. They got two seats. Ooh, it's a crazy looking map. How many more? That's not what I wanted. Yeah, the races. We're still waiting for these House races to come in. So we'll see. But if it's looking all right for the federal government, country has spoken. But it's going to be hard though to get some stuff passed if the Democrats do control the House. Now, it's not going to be as hard as it would be if they control the Senate or something like, again, Supreme Court justice. Since they control the Senate, if it's Justice Thomas and Justice, I can't remember the other justice that is going to look to retire, possibly with Trump being elected. But the Senate, they control that. The House has no say. Now, and I think a lot of people, Congress a lot of time gets interchanged, but it's sometimes and most of the time it's good to delineate between is it the House of Representatives or the Senate that we're talking about here. And again, the House may flip to Democratic control, which could stymie his plans to extend the tax. And they would do that because you need both the House and the Senate to have a simple majority vote on a law to get it in front of the president, so in front of Donald Trump here. And if the Democrats control the Senate, control the House, then they would at least be able to hold it off for 2 years. Because again, like I said, the House of Representatives we vote for every 2 years, not every 6 like senators. Right? Here are 5 ways Trump's policies impact the economy and your money. Your money under Trump's tax plan. All right, we're going to get to the tax plan here. 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was set to expire end of 2025. As I said, these include the law's lower tax brackets and expanded standard deduction. Now, what also happened with TCJA, Tax Cuts and Jobs Acts, is they removed the personal exemption. So the personal exemption was at the state level, or so they didn't remove it, they capped it. They capped the personal exemption, and they removed what's the other thing they removed? They capped the personal exemption and removed the ability as far as the deductions you could take for people inside of your household. Let me get the right thing because I don't want to be doing misinformation here. If there was ever a time to make sure I'm saying the correct thing. Give me 1 second, y'all. Got an equation and everything. It says like 4 steps. Give me examples. Yeah, personal exemptions. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You can't claim the personal exemption for the people in your household. There we go. I was right in saying that. All right, bet. So there's that we're dealing with as well. Dumb people. I was like, what? I'm talking about dumb people. All right, Trump also wants to provide deeper tax cuts for some individuals and businesses, with his campaign proposing lowering the corporate tax rate to 15% from its current 21%. Before President Trump had lowered it from to 21%. I believe it was previously 35%, but it was like our income tax brackets as far as it progressed to the 35%. Everyone didn't pay it. 35% was like the cap. Whereas where it's at now, everyone just pays a flat 21%. So some people, I think the options were 15 and 35%. Anyways, there were some people who were paying less than 21% as far as businesses, but now everyone is paying just a flat 21%. So those small businesses end up seeing an increase in taxes, where these larger businesses end up seeing a decrease in their taxes. President Trump has floated the idea of eliminating personal income taxes on many type of earnings. Yeah, no taxes on overtime tips. Going to be crazy. From tips to Social Security benefits. It is interesting that Social Security is taxed when it is literally tax money, right? Don't we fund Social Security with our tax dollars and we tax the tax dollars? All right, but further details have yet to come. He has concepts of a plan. I think that was his greatest quote during this whole thing. I have concepts of a plan. Anyways, Trump's combination of tariffs and tax cuts would rank as the 6th biggest tax cut since 1940, according to a recent tax foundation. Tariffs. For those who don't know, tariffs is when there is a tax on imports, long story short. So we get, let's say China is sending us over some steel, or they're sending us over whatever. A tariff would be a tax on that import. And usually that tax or the increase in price is going to generally be passed on to the consumer. That's usually the simple, business 101. If I'm buying whatever it is, item A for $100, if there's now, let's say for simple math, and I'm selling it to you for $200, right, as the business, well, now if there's 100% tax on this item, now this item is no longer $100, it's $200, and so I'm going to sell it to you for $400, right? So I can keep the double profit. Long story short, from a math standpoint of how tariffs would work. They're more complicated than that, but that's just a quick summary of that. Tariffs are a tax on imports. So when other countries send us things, there's going to be a tax on it. All right, how Donald Trump's proposal could impact your income. Donald Trump is proposing to extend the 2017. All right, so we're just looking here. I mean, I'm not gonna go through this whole thing, but it's just showing you what the range would be of your income. Also, too, I know the new tax brackets came out, but y'all know at the end of the year, going to the beginning of the year, I dropped a how to prepare for the next year, and that's when we're gonna go over the tax brackets and all of that type of stuff. Our IRA limit increases, all those different type of things, 401k changes. All right, if Trump is able to enact these tax code changes, personal income taxes would decline for all income groups, but the biggest beneficiaries would be high income households, according to analysis from the Penn Wharton budget model. That research assesses Trump's proposed tax cuts, but doesn't include the impact of tariffs. That means a middle class family with earnings of about $80,000 a year will get a tax break of about $1,740 in 2026, the analysis found. While top earning households with incomes of more than 14 million would see their taxes reduced by $375 and short $1,000. So, and that's the part where people were giving misinformation. A lot of people were saying, you got to make your 20 million, 200 million, whatever it is to get the benefits. No, this is telling you right here, middle class, 80,000, which, I mean, it's got to be a lot of people making, $80,000 in the middle class are going to see the tax benefit as far as these cuts. Now, one of the issues is that for people who have, I won't say extremely low incomes, but on the lower income spectrum, as far as in that 10%, 12% range, they may see an increase in taxes because of the personal exemption claims that you could make is no longer there. Now, the standard deduction was doubled. However, when you could claim roughly $4,000 per person in your household for personal exemptions, and now that's been removed, mathematically, the larger families, so really 5, 6 people plus, are actually paying more in taxes because the standard deduction is less than what they were getting before these tax changes. Now, one could say if you're in the 10% tax bracket, 12 or even 12% tax bracket, and you have 5 children, you have a family of 3. I'm saying family because you could claim the whole family, so including yourself. But if you're a family of 5, family of 6, and you're in the 10, 12% tax bracket, you have other issues. Shout out to Dave Ramsey, but no one wants to accept that. I'll just pull it up real quick, like what the tax brackets are. And so someone can explain to me what you're doing, where you were doing this at on a family of 5, family of 6. Like, what are we talking about? That's 2023. Why would the IRS show me? I don't want to look at it. Let's look at the 2025 tax brackets. I'm lying. I don't want to look at them yet. Look at 2024. Let's share this real quick. Look at this. Merely filing joint. So if you're in the 12% tax bracket or lower, right? And let's say it's a single parent, right? If you're 12% or lower, you're making less than $50,000 raising 3 kids. Where are you at? Even if you're married, you're making $95,000 raising 3 kids or more. Come on now. Like, you got other problems. You need to make more money.